title to step up to the super feathers.
You're absolutely right. He was the featherweight champion of the world in the WBC. He's showing the crowd once again the last time he will have that belt. Now he's going for the junior lightweight or the super featherweight title now.
Black trunks being worn by Martinez. Guadalajara, New Mexico. Ricardo, I should say. Maldonado is in his corner, and Dr. Oko Quadequi, the handler of the stern-faced Azumah Nelson. Referee Rudy Jordan talking along the sideline over there to Marty Denkin of the California Athletic Commission. Now they're counting heads to see if all judges are in their place. They are. Don King made his entry into the ring. And that'll stand your hair on end. That's the most unusual hairdo we've ever seen. Let's have a bell. Let's get it underway, and here we go. Martinez in the black. Nelson defended his title 5 times. That is the featherweight title of the WBCC.
There's been talk around ringside. Can Azumah Nelson handle that weight, the 4 pounds that he had to put on to fight for the junior lightweight title or super featherweight title?
Well, we'll find out. He certainly doesn't look like he's heavy. He's got a beautiful body. Both men are well conditioned, obviously. Nelson turned pro in 1979 and Martinez in 1980. Martinez has scored 29 knockouts in his 46 victories. And down in Guadalajara, if you ask about him, they'd say he's a tough arm.
Like I said, Chick, earlier, we were stablemates before, and he looks pretty polished now. I remember when we were working out together, he had a tendency of getting a little wild at times.
Great work by Martinez. The mask of Nelson never changes. Nor does Martinez. Both know it's going to be a tough war, this 12-rounder. They call Nelson the mighty warrior. Hey, this sounds like Southern California. Roadways leading the fabulous forum, including that long trek up from Tijuana. They come up here to see these fights. Follow their favorites. And the Ghana fighter, Azumah Nelson, has his share of fans here, too.
And I might point out, Dick, that the fighters or the fans, anytime a Mexican fighter from Mexico comes out to fight, even if it's a push, they're going to make a lot of noise. So you gotta turn down the volume a little bit, try to scare a fight. Just a little bit.
Trying to lead right that just missed Martinez. Both men carrying the gloves at this juncture. First round very high. And with the quickness of these two, you better carry them up around your cheeks or you get clipped. How'd you score the first round?
I had to give the first round to Sabachi Martinez.
Martinez beating Nelson in the first round of a 12-rounder. One man will get a new championship belt tonight. The super featherweight belt of the WBC.
Being out of the ring for so long, Chick, I have to admit I don't remember. But should Azumah Nelson not win this fight, not become the super featherweight champion, can he go back and hold his featherweight title?
I think he'd have to fight for it again. He surrendered it. The last fight that Martinez had was way back in November of 1986. So he's been idle for a while. Scored a 10-round decision over Jose Mosqueda. He fought, by the way, Martinez did, for this identical title, the WBC Super Featherweight crown, in 1984. And lost in an 8-round technical knockout. He was just 19 years old, Martinez.
Did he fight my friend?
Who?
Julio Cesar Chavez.
Julio Cesar.
Yeah. I call him my friend now.
He wasn't your friend in the ring?
No, sir. Hope his dog dies. Great champion, Julio Cesar Chavez. By the way, Chick, he doesn't even have a dog.
Hey, got a good war going here. The previous fight, you got to be honest, wasn't all that exciting. As Daniel Zaragoza took the crown as he defeated the veteran Carlos Zarate. Stopped him in the 10th round.
I'll tell you something right now, Chick. Asabachi is just 2 inches away from going with a home run on the chin of Azumah Nelson. He threw a right hand that just missed.
Credit part of the miss to the quickness of the reflex of Nelson. Boy, is he quick. I thought sure that shot you were talking about was going to tag him. Martinez is well schooled for this fight. Whether or not he'll graduate, we'll find out after 12 rounds. Hey, that right hand turned Nelson around a little bit. Part of it, too, was the ducking of Nelson. Beautiful sports theater, and here we go to round number 3. Through 2 rounds, Ruben Castillo has it scored
20-18 in favor of Asabachi Martinez.
Does that surprise you?
It really does. I'll tell you the truth. Everybody thinks Azumah Nelson, pound for pound, is the best fighter today. There were already talks, Chick, at the press conference. Azumah Nelson, Julio Cesar Chavez. We can tell now they overlooked this fight.
Martinez has never fought at the Forum before tonight. He calls it his most memorable experience. He's beat some good ones, Rolando Navarrete, Adrian Arreola. He lost to Roger Mayweather, and that's no sin. I'll tell you, he's a tough guy.
That's true.
Martinez is very proud of his left hook.
The chin of Asabachi, and it was a good thing.
You know, I was just thinking here, I guess that is a compliment to give us true. Remember we went to the locker room with our cameras about the 5th round of the previous fight to take a look at Nelson and then later to Martinez?
Yes.
And he was reading a book? Very conceivably. Could have been reading a Bible. Athletes today are doing a lot of that, and if so, I say it's meant as a great compliment. We were joking a little bit about him reading a book, and I got thinking about it later. He's married, got an 18-month-old daughter. Azumah Nelson's married with 3 children. In there slugging away.
Combination of a punch trip.
Still say Martinez is pretty well schooled for this fight because he had all the respect in the world for Nelson.
Well, I'll tell you something. I talked to Ricardo Maldonado, who's Asabachi Martinez's manager, and he said he has never looked any sharper than he will look tonight. So we'll have to see if that's true.
I think it's true already. and at the end of every round, one or the other is shown a punch simultaneously with the belt. And the little guy, Nelson, he always gives the other guy a smile, offers to hit him on the hand with a glove, and says, sorry. Over in the corner now, he's being attended to, and very calm, collected, and confident-looking young man. Here's your former stablemate, Azumah Martinez. He's in there somewhere.
Some of his headers got to either lose weight or spread out. He looks really calm to me too, Chick. He looks like he's got a lot of confidence. I think he's won the first 3 rounds.
Did you ever spar with him in the gym?
Yes, we did. We worked out many times before. He's a good boxer. He's got a good jab. I'm surprised he hasn't used it very much this fight.
Round number 4, 12-rounder. And the WBC Super Featherweight title on the line. Ruben Castillo scoring it.
29-27 in favor of Azumah Martinez.
Nelson warmed up for the pro ranks, winning 52 out of 54 amateur fights. He was in the Ghana Army, and he won the World Military Games Championship in 1979. Ooh, that's a digging shot with the left hand by Nelson to the belly of Martinez.
Seems to me that Azumah Nelson is starting to pick up the pace, throwing that log jab, working to the body of Azumah Martinez.
Yes, he is. Changed his style in this round. Using the left much more. Raising the right hand up higher in the cheekbone. And then chopping with the right. Oh, the quickness of the hand. He landed 2 rights and a left before he could call it.
They're chopping punches, though, Chick. I don't know if those are scoring punches, but they were chopping and kind of a slap. But he still remains busy, so.
Neither man has been cut. Neither man, of course, has been knocked out. Good exchange. Scoring left hand by Martinez. And now Nelson looks like he's starting to really relax.
Starting to swing his hand, swaying, playing around. He protects his chin very well, too. He has that chin tucked in his left shoulder. And I think he did some homework on Azumah because Azumah has a good right hand.
Martinez told us that he would be aggressive with the right hand, and he has been. Talking about the hand speed of Nelson, I'll tell you, Martinez is pretty quick himself. The end of the 4th round. Trunks is giving up his WBC World Featherweight title to move up to this 130-pound class called the Super Featherweights. He won the title back in December of '84 with an 11th round knockout of Alfredo Gomez down in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He's fought all over the world.
He's fought some good fighters. And like we said earlier, he fought the great, legendary Salvador Sanchez.
I like how he describes his aggressiveness. He says, I'm sensibly aggressive.
Sensibly aggressive, yeah.
All right, in the white trunks, as you can see, Nelson Martinez is the opponent, and the score at the end of the 4th round with Ruben Castillo's tally, 38-37 in favor of Azumah Martinez. I think Nelson has shoved it into another gear now. Let's see if Martinez responds. Rudy Jordan, the 3rd man in the ring, excellent performance by him. We sat and reflected back on the great years of Carlos Zarate. Rudy Jordan and I did early this afternoon, and he just said he's one of the greatest that ever lived. And tonight, his career came to an end in a classy way. As he lost the bantamweight crown to Carlos Zarate, he lost it to Daniel Zaragoza. Crowd booing now. They want some action.
Of each other, and he landed both with some tremendous right hands.
Martinez senses that he hurt him. And I don't think that's a bulletin.
I'll tell you one thing right now, though, Chick. Azumah Nelson's got a chin of steel. Anybody would have gone down after that right hand.
You're absolutely right. His knees didn't even buckle.
That's very discouraging.
Good left hand right to the point of the chin of Nelson. After a while, if you hit a guy enough times with your best shot, it's quite discouraging if he doesn't go down.
Well, I'll tell you something, you start to think twice. What's this guy made of?
That right hand might have found out, but he missed it. Nelson does more waving the arms at times. Look at him weave and bow. And with a smile. 6, the midway point. And at this juncture, you still have Martinez in front.
48 to 46.
The California must system. 10 points to the winner of the round, 9 to the loser. Unless there's a knockdown, there's an extra point.
Reflecting back on the weight advantage of Martinez over Azumah Nelson. When I saw Azumah fight Salvador Sanchez as a featherweight, Chick, he was so much quicker. He moved more on his feet. He's more of a sit-down fighter now. And that might be a very much so a disadvantage in this fight.
A few pounds can make that much difference, huh?
You're absolutely right. I moved up to fight Alexis Arguello, and I found that was a mistake.
How many pounds up?
I went up to this exact weight here. I was fighting as a featherweight, moved up to the super featherweight.
Up to 130.
130 pounds. I went back down and fought Salvador Sanchez for the featherweight title. It was one of the best fights I've ever fought in my life.
Got your quickness back.
Absolutely.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Martinez, he slips punches well, Chick. He moves from side to side, bombs and moves very well. He looks a lot more poised this time than I've seen him in his past.
Oh, that's another strong right, but again, Nelson doesn't flinch.
Those punches are a little high on the head of Azumah Nelson.
Not quite on the point, are they?
Not quite.
There's no quitting in Azumah Nelson. Oh, you know that. And I think you can say the same for Martinez. That's true. Final seconds.
58 to 55 in favor Asabachi Martinez.
By 3. 7th round. In the white trunks, he'll be joined us later, Azumah Nelson, the mighty warrior, giving up his WBC featherweight title to fight here in a heavier division and go for the WBC super featherweight, which is the 130-pound class.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Chick. How would you compare these two fighters to Julio Cesar Chavez? Do you think either one is ready for him yet?
No. I think Chavez is awfully good. But I'll put it to you, and you know better because you were in the ring with Chavez. What do you think?
Well, like I said, getting back to the press conference, they were talking about Azumah Nelson, Julio Cesar Chavez. Well, I think we better go back to the drawing board. He talks about knocking Chavez out. He has not demonstrated any reason whatsoever should be in the same ring as Julio Cesar Chavez.
So you're agreeing with me?
I mean, absolutely so.
I get the feeling that both of these men are so conscious of the other's knockout power that they're fighting a little bit cautiously.
Good counter punches from both fighters.
There was. Both of them counter-punched well. I thought about the old third or fourth round that Nelson was going to really go after it, but he hasn't yet. Well, maybe Martinez won't let him.
Well, I think Martinez is kind of a difficult fighter to fight. He throws a good jab, and he's fairly quick, but he's not an easy target to hit, and that's what Azumah Nelson feels, or it looks a little frustrating. And another reason, Chick, Azumah hasn't fought since last August, and that's not very good at all.
Martinez can fight any better than this, do you?
No, I don't think so either.
Quick punch by Nelson. Turned ahead of Martinez.
Well, I think he can shoot slip punches better than this, though. He's starting to get hit.
He can't get careless. Because Nelson is such a tough kid with so strong a punch. Now we're heating up. Neither man is marked. This building is over 20 years old now, folks, and it looks inside and outside like the day it was built. It's really an art form. All right, here we go. Round number 8. It's getting to be nervous time now. You got a crown waiting for one of these guys. WBC Super Featherweight Championship, the World Championship. There won't be any draw here. This is going to go to one or other.
And just as Rich Murata commented, Azumah Nelson is trying to counterpunch, but he is posing a little too long. I think the corner told him to go out there and start fighting. Take the fight to Asabachi Martinez.
Up until this point, or maybe in the last few seconds of the last round, I thought that Martinez was taking the fight mostly to Nelson, didn't you?
Absolutely right, because counterpunching in the last round sure changed matters quite a bit. Good right hand by Azumah Nelson.
Very quick. We have not had a knockdown. Neither man has been cut. We haven't had anything close to a fight in this fight. Martinez covers up quite well. And it's a good thing because, or I should have said Nelson, because Martinez is right at him.
Now here we are going again, Chick. Both fighters are posing. A little too much respect for each other.
That was a good combination by Nelson. the ability to do is turn his face and take only a glancing blow.
Yeah, but you know that also that could deceive the judges. You might think that's a punch, but it's a good way to slip one.
With 1 second left.
Martinez.
So that means Azumah Nelson's got to come on a little stronger here in round 9, 10, 11, and 12. Martinez may have some other thoughts in that regard. That's a driving shot to the midsection of the hard stomach Nelson.
Disrespecting the fighters now, but the junior lightweight division, since Julio Cesar Chavez has left, is not the same division as when he was here. And there's been a lot of fighters in that division that have left also the boxing world. So if there's any time, any time then right now that anybody should make a comeback if they were in the top 10 is now.
In other words, you're saying that you think the quality of that weight division has deteriorated.
I think it has, and if the winner of this fight should go on to fight Julio Cesar Chavez, he's going to reign that crown for a long time. And I don't take anything away from either champion or either fighter tonight, but there's just no comparison as far as I'm concerned.
Round number 9. I want to take another look, but I thought I saw a slight nick under the cheekbone, the right cheekbone of Martinez. We'll see when he turns around.
Martinez. He tried to counterpunch, but how can you counterpunch somebody that's not there?
Good left hand scored by Martinez. He's having one of his better rounds, and now we're getting down to business. The round winding down, but it's been a real good round. We're going to stay right here, and the left eye of Martinez definitely a swelling shut. He is definitely starting to close on him. The left eye of Martinez.
This will change the whole fight plan of Azumah Nelson. Now he sees that Asavachi can't see too well out of the left eye. Let's see if he goes for it.
This is the 10th round, and Ruben has it scored 87-84 in favor of Martinez in the black. That is unofficial, of course. Sometimes fighters will try for the target of the swelling eye or the cut. And sometimes they try so hard they forget other things about their game. See what Nelson does.
But on the other hand, Chick, it could be a boost to Azumah Nelson because he has not really taken the fight to Asavachi. He sees that swelling, that'll boost his confidence, and maybe he'll go after Asavachi perhaps.
So far in this round, Martinez, with a swelling left eye, has not shown the fight, the flurries that he had in previous rounds. Let's see if he snaps out of it. That could put a great deal of stress on a fighter's mind, no matter what his handler's telling.
That gives you another thing to think about.
As though you didn't have enough to begin with, huh?
Exactly.
They're waiting for the final minute of this round and perhaps resting a little bit, thinking of the torrid 11th and 12th that will be left. We're halfway through the 10th. Pretty good He caught Nelson leaning backwards, and that looked like it was a harder push than it was.
There's some good combinations now by Azumah Nelson. I think they're both waiting, as you said earlier, Chick, for the last minute of the round. Oh, it's a knockdown! Beautiful shot. Azumah Nelson goes down. Azumah Nelson shaking his legs. He is not hurt, I don't think. He grins a little bit, but it only hurts when you smile. That could be the big blow of the fight. That could definitely put the tiara on the head of Martinez. I think that's going to do it right here, unless there's another knockdown in favor of Azumah Nelson, but he's hurt, Chick. He's not stable at all.
Trying for the kill now. Azumah. He came in as an underdog. He has fought as though Nelson were the underdog. The crowd going crazy here with just seconds left in round 10. And that startling knockout down by Martinez has really set the fans afire. The legs of Nelson are spread very wide. He is not stable on his legs. Listen to this crowd. A disconsolate challenger for the title. Not that it's worn by Martinez, but one of the guys will get it. The knockdown, clear, simple, and for sure.
There it is, a short left hook by Azumah.
Followed by a great right hand. The end of the round now.
There's Azumah working to the body.
Look at the feet, how far apart.
They are very far apart. That's because he doesn't feel like they're stable enough to keep him close. And I don't blame him. He got hit with a great left hook.
So, that will run the scoring to a situation. If Ruben Castillo's count is even close to the officials, it would take a knockout now by Azumah Nelson.
I think right now, Azumah, the only thing he has to do, as far as I'm concerned, Chick, is to be cautious, don't get careless, and just outbox him for the last 2 rounds, and he's got the world championship.
I think he can lose the last 2 rounds as long as he doesn't get knocked down and still win.
Exactly.
But we are not the officials. Chick Hearn with Ruben Castillo. Hope you've enjoyed it. Well, we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Don King Enterprises with Forum Boxing. From the fabulous Forum. Great presentation. With the nation's leading sports cable network, Prime Ticket. Producer Joe Romano, director Susan Stratton, and crew. When they roll the credits after the show, be sure and look at the names. Because without these great cameramen and other technicians, there will be no show. The 11th round of a 12-rounder. The way you're talking tonight, Ruben, I think you're getting ideas of making a comeback.
I'll tell you something right now, Chick. I've been working out for the last 2 months. I've dropped about 10 pounds. And watching the fights tonight, I mean, they're both good fighters, but like I said earlier, the quality of fighters now, it's crazy not to do it.
Martinez, they love the way he's fighting against Nelson. I said in the first or second round that it looked as though Ricardo Maldonado, his handler, had Martinez perfectly schooled for this fight. And I also said, but will he graduate? At the moment, he's checking out a mortarboard and gown.
He's doing a great job on Azumah Nelson, Chick. But another thing about Azumah Martinez, a hot and cold fighter. You never know. Any given day he can look like $1 million. Let's see what happens in his first defense or his second defense.
Let's see what happens till the end of this fight, because Nelson has knocked out 19 guys in his 26 victories. So don't get careful if you're, or don't get careless if you're Azumah Martinez. What does Azumah mean?
They look like an Indian.
That's Apache.
They're always close.
Don't laugh at your own jokes, Jim. The crowd hollering for somebody to swing. Martinez keeping the pressure Nelson doesn't want to be caught and tagged again. He's looking for that one opening that might salvage the championship. Obviously, the crowd predominantly for Martinez. The end of 11, 1 to go. One of them 3 minutes away from the WBC Super Featherweight Championship. And a disappointed Azumah Nelson. He couldn't believe that he had been knocked down.
No, he sure couldn't. It came to him as a surprise. He didn't think. From the beginning, I talked to him earlier, that Asabachi had the power to knock him out or to even put him down.
In our first championship fight tonight, that was the 12-round WBC Super Bantam. Daniel Zaragoza won the championship, stopping Carlos Zarate in the 10th. 3 minutes away from the title. The puffy left eye has been forgotten. The only thing he has to do now is be careful. He cannot do a Billy Conn. Remember when Billy came out in the 13th round, got careless with Lewis, and lost a fight that he had in the refrigerator?
You're absolutely right. But you know what? Once again, Chick, I don't know if Azumah Nelson still has the power to put out an Asabachi Martinez, because Asabachi does have a good chin.
And the adrenaline is flowing more in the body of Martinez than ever in his life. Nelson comes out headhunting. He'll set it up with a jab to the body and then come over the top if he can. But in the meantime, Martinez has got some lethal weapons of his own. Martinez is very, very strong in this round, and I would say so is Nelson. They're both physically fit.
They're both physically fit, as you said, Chick, but neither one of the fighters have been active. Inactivity sure took
its toll, didn't it?
You're absolutely right. I'm watching here. I'm watching Azumah Nelson's feet, Chick. They're still so wide apart, I can't understand why.
Because you said it best. He's not feeling the legs like he did earlier. He doesn't have the balance that he had. We're in the final 2 minutes of the fight. That must be some feeling to know you're about 120 seconds away from something you've dreamed of since you were a kid. A championship, a WBC championship. They'll parade him through town when he gets home down there, I'll tell you that. If he wins this, it's not over yet.
Well, let me tell you, Chick, the butter's getting hard.
1 minute left.
The eggs are getting cold.
The light is out, but the door isn't closed. But look at the finish of Azabachi Martinez.
He's going to close escrow in about 30 seconds more.
The crowd is standing. They're waiting to cheer. They'll throw coins. We'll duck. 30 seconds left in the championship fight. Martinez. He's dominated the fight. He is just about 7 seconds away. 3 seconds. 2, 1. It's over. In our unofficial thought, it'll be voting against Azabachi Martinez, but let's find out when we come back. The decision. Jimmy Lennon is up getting the scorecards. He hasn't got them all yet. We're going to have either a championship go to Azumah Nelson, the mighty warrior from Accra, Ghana, and if he loses, it'll be only his second loss since turning pro in 1979. His record coming in was 26-1. And of course, the record coming in of Azumah Martinez was 46 victories, 3 losses, and 2 draws. We went the full 12 rounds, and we are still waiting for the scorecards to be collected. There's a lot of attention given to the figuring on the scorecards. They don't want any mistakes. They don't want any announcements made that have to be eaten. So, let's tell you before we have to sign it off that Daniel Zaragoza of Mexico City took the 12-round WBC Super Bantamweight bout tonight. That got him the World Championship as he defeated and stopped Carlos Zarate in the 10th round. And in the fight just concluded, Azumah Martinez and Azumah Nelson went to battle. And here's Jimmy Lennon Jr. with a decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 championship rounds of boxing, we have a split decision. Judge at ringside, Terry Smith, scores about 115-113, Azumah Nelson. Judge at ringside, Marty Salmon, scores about 114-113, Azumah Martinez.
Here we go to the final vote. They've each had a
Judge
nod.
Rudy Ortega scores about 115-113 in favor of the winner and new WBC Super Featherweight champion, Azumah Nelson.
Nelson wins the fight. Azumah Nelson has been announced as Azumah Nelson. The crowd is just getting the drift. They're already carrying Azumah Martinez around the ring. Everybody here thought that he won it. They're carrying him in the ring. Glasses of beer and bottles are being hurled toward the ring. It's a dangerous, volatile situation, and it's going to become worse. The crowd does not believe it, and I'll have to be honest with you, I'm not sure that we do. We're out of time on prime ticket television, and we're going to have to wrap it up thanking our good friend Rich Marotta for joining us and for...
Set to go. This is for the 12th.